Today, from Hard Rock Stadium. On EA Sports. We'll see Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today we get this season started with an AFC East tilt right off the bat, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season. And these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
All right, I know it's something that every team says every season, but they genuinely believe that this is their year, and having him at quarterback is a big part of that. They think he's poised for a huge season and can really be the type of player that brings out the best of each weapon that they have on this offense. Behind that type of performance, their goals are high. They envision a lot of wins and finishing among the league's best on their side of the ball.
Throwing to start here is Tua. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 4. Tua sets up to pass it. And right away, he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now a guy who played his high school ball at Miami Central, it's James Cook. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. To the air, Allen. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Again, it's Cook. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Allen. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, Turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Tua going to throw. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Wilson's got it on the crossing route. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run. Achane. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now Tua. And he's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Dolphins have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. So we just witnessed touchdown number 1 for the Rook, and certainly that's a football he's going to want for the trophy case.
Yeah, this is one that you don't spike, right? This is one you don't throw to your teammate and let them celebrate. This is one you keep for yourself, take it over to the equipment staff and have them mark it up, put it away, and then you get it later on, and as you said, mount it in your trophy case. Fantastic. Hopefully the first of many.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They finished off their open field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Now Allen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it second down.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Allen now looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
On first down, Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 36. Allen going to throw. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second and a couple. Play action. Now it's Allen. Looking for the end zone. And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. Allen off the play fake. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Tua. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Allen. Going deep for Diggs. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. A big play here for Buffalo. 41 yards. He can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Allen maybe with a free play. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Offside, defense. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. The penalty is declined. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session, will
No,
he?
he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. Running right, here's Achane. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Bills getting set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Diggs in motion right. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but Their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Achane to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Achane here, they stay on the ground. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out right at the 35. Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle, Achane. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Looking to pass. Tua. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that he dreamed of this. How about this for your debut? 2nd sack in the opener.
Yeah, it's great to get 1. That's memorable. 2? Hello.
Well, he dreamed about it. He thought about it. Did he ever expect it to happen? Probably not.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. A short throw there. That's to Smythe, the tight end. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Now a 1st carry for their fullback. Oh, he's trying to plow ahead, but I don't think he got there. He did it. That's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Miami's offense set and ready to go.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On second down, a run by Achane.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
On first down, back to Achane. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 44 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Looking to throw.
They set up the screen. Achane has it.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard.
That he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
This one thrown underneath to Achane.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and that will keep this a 4-point game.
Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills.
And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. The Bills on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Hines. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down.
Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. but just to be on the safe side.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Hines now on the return, dancing away at the 30. The Bills going to take over again on offense. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Looking for his man on the out route, and he's got Diggs. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6. Now Allen. And that is incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Allen. This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down, straight ahead.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. Runs through the contact. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Remember, they had the safety go against them the last time they had it. Fortunately, their defense just forced the punt, so they'll try again as they start. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is out of bounds inside.
As days gone by, they just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A give, running right, Achane. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Throw caught by Achane. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? It's the last thing you want to see week 1 is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is a unit that's depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. center's kick is good. And that will bring the deficit back down to 3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Allen now on 1st down. He'll check this down to Hines. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Left side, Cook. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Now it's Hines. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. And now at this point in the 1st half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a 1st down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And Wilson with it, complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
And the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact to complete it.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory, right at the 40. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. He'll drop to throw. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Tua. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. He'll dump this off to Achane. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. And here come the Bills. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And this one is incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw, it's Allen. A short throw pulled in, and a loose football. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now Hill to return it. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Two are going to try and go quickly here. Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Tua setting up shop to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Tua sets up to pass it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Tua hit, and the ball is out. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
The kick by Sanders is good, and that will tie the score at 15 all. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it. And that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Throwing on first down is Allen. This is caught. It's Hardy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. They'll try the middle with Cook. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Draw play. This is Hines. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines.
And he gets it down to the 32. That one a first down pickup of 8.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bills passing game getting him down the field. They've got another first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Operating from the red zone now, Allen. And it's caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Allen. Touchdown, Bills. Dawson Knox, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bills have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Bass on for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up.
Achane hit, and the ball is out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Running left, Achane. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. From midfield, here's Tua. Caught. It's Wilson. It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run for it with Achane. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively. And how about this? A fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Bills are going to get the football back. The football back to the Bills and Stephon Diggs. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
On play action, Allen. That pass is caught by Hardy. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. Oh, Diggs, what a catch. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Oh, what a move. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play, move on.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Allen now looks to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Emmanuel Ogbah that time able to drop him for a loss. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Here's Allen to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, so much for holding them to a field goal. The pressure they got home on the previous play didn't hear, and that bought their quarterback some time to find a receiver, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Cook. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Allen going to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
So on 4th down, off goes Allen. On comes Tyler Bass for the Buffalo field goal.
It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder.
The kick by Bass is good.
And the Bills will add on to their lead. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Now Achane on 1st and 10.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
2nd and 5.
Here's Tua. Over the middle, complete. That's Hill.
And Hill is going to have a Dolphins 1st down as he's up to the 47. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
Now Tua.
Oh, what a catch by Waddle.
And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 40. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Throwing middle, and it's complete. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 20, here's a 2nd and 5.
Looking to pass. Tua.
Yeah, this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick, but instead it's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
And this pass broken up.
The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Sanders' kick is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Buffalo offense back out ready to go. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen going up top. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Now Allen. The left side caught by Diggs. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. Here it's 3rd and 3. That is caught. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw here taken in by Knox.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, a 22.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 37-yard line. And again, it's Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
On 2nd down, Cook. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field.
And still just down 1 score. We'll see how big of a role that missed field goal plays because it, of course, could have pushed this to a 2-possession deficit for them.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
On play action, here's Tua.
This one deep for Wilson.
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. It's a big play there for Miami. 42 yards.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Up the middle, Achane. He will push his way down to about the 14. This is 2nd and 8. Again, it's Achane. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now a 3rd and 6. Tua going to throw. Throw caught by Achane. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and the Bills are going to get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. Beginning this series with a handoff to Cook. Only able to make it to the 15 after the broken tackle. 2nd down and 6 now. Now Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Allen. Hardy's got it on the out route. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. Play action. Now it's Allen. Finding Shakir across the formation. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Sam Martin now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
Miami set to take over. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Tua to throw again. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 7, and he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 42. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield, and when they see openings, take their shots.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 31-yard line. Back to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown. Eric Ezukama from 21 yards away. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Sanders on for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And Eric Ezukama closed things out with a touchdown grab. What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied 4th quarter as the kick is away here. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Allen off the play fake. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a third and about 14.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and he did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in.
Here's 1st and 10.
They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Throw left side complete. That's Brooks.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. Now Tua. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Now Allen. Pass complete to Hines.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Throwing, Allen.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10. Allen. And, oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Here's Sam Martin now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
So holding on the return, and that's going to back him up to start the drive.
He was trying to get the job done correctly, just trying to clear a little space for his returner. Ended up getting a little too much jersey and hooked the guy, hence the flag.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Tua.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Brooks.
But that won't do much good as he is tackled at his own 7.
Well, that sets up a big 3rd down. Now the decision has to be, do you run it here and play for OT, or do you go ahead and press it downfield?
Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. Throwing Tua.
Yeah, brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So conditioning going to be a factor here. Who can hold up to the test? It's overtime here in week 1. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Going right back to Knox, and again a completion. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
Allen's throw is complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. On play action, Allen. And that is nearly intercepted. Oh, that would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, it's just 2nd down. To throw, it's Allen. It's hauled in by Hardy. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here's Sam Martin now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So now here come the Dolphins. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on 2nd down. That'll give them 8 that time, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Tua sets up to pass it. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. Taken in at the 22. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Now a 2nd and 10. To the air, Allen. And this one too low.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it because I know the tendency is, as a player, let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there. Punt the ball away. Punt it away. Be smart.
Trust your defense.
Trust them.
Then the Dolphins getting set to go here.
Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get into overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series, boy, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is thrown at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
Up the middle they go. Brooks. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Brooks. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
And they'll give this to Achane.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. Now the Bills will take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And it'll be a good time in South Beach tonight. The Dolphins have won the game.
A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much too.
So for the Dolphins, they needed overtime to do it, but they get the Week 1 victory thanks to the field goal. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.